by Target and the Marriott Foundation. As a courtesy to this evening's artists and other audience members, we ask that you turn off your mobile device at this time. Photography and recording of any kind during the performance is not permitted. The Millennium Stage presents a free performance at 6 p.m. 365 days a year. All of our performances are broadcast live and available on demand at kennedy-center.org.
Good evening. Welcome. My name is Deborah Rutter, and I have the enormous privilege of being the president of the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts. Thank you for being here this evening. I was just about to ask you the question of how many people have been to a Millennium Stage before, but I can't see you because the light's in my eyes. But I hope that many of you have been here for Millennium Stage performances previously. Yeah, that's a good way to tell me thank you. And I hope that some of you have also been here over the last 6 days where we have on Millennium Stage celebrated, been a part of the great Serenade DC Choral Festival here at the Kennedy Center. And I hope some of you have been here to some of these performances already. Give me a hand. Yeah, good. Thank you. So for any of you who are new to the Kennedy Center or visiting Washington, I just wanted to say a brief story about what we've been doing here at the center. May 29, 2017 would have been John F. Kennedy's 100th birthday. And for the prior 365 days and through to the end of this calendar year, we are celebrating the namesake for the Kennedy Center in ways that we believe identify with so much of what he stood for. And we are really thrilled with the response that we've had from audiences, both here in Washington, in our region, and more importantly, across the country and around the world. Our programs have focused on ideals that we associate with JFK: courage, freedom, justice, service, and finally, gratitude. We believe that these are ideals that all of us as Americans also believe in, and the response to the programming that we have had has been really remarkable. About 18 months ago, we reached out to our colleagues across the DC community and invited them to participate, and I hope that many of you have been able to see some of the glorious programming that has truly happened across this city. But none has been so robust and thoughtful as that of our colleagues at Classical Movements as a part of this festival. To be able to invite so many choruses from around the world to celebrate in the ideals of JFK, to invite an international following to be here in our city to celebrate in this way has been really meaningful. Now, Serenades DC Choral Festival is 7 years old, but I'd like to think that this is one of the highlights of its history. This week, in just 7 days, there have been 16 choirs, 14 concerts representing 12 countries. All, of course, here is a part of Millennium Stage, but across the city. It's been really a fantastic experience. And Washington, D.C. is really a vocal city. We love to sing here in this city. And I'm really thrilled to welcome all of those choirs from across the country, around the world here to our capital. Tonight, here in the concert hall, we have several really important VIPs. Of course, they're very familiar to us. We are very lucky in this city to welcome these VIPs frequently to the Kennedy Center and to other cultural programming. But please welcome ambassadors from China, Bulgaria, and Panama, senior diplomats from Catalonia, Spain, and India. Welcome. Thank you so much. And now I'd like to invite my good friend and colleague, Nita Helms, who is the president of Classical Movements, to the stage. Nita is overflowing with great ideas all the time, but more importantly, she has fantastic capacity to deliver. And this festival is her baby, it is her dream, and what a beautiful dream it is. Thank you, Nita, for being a part of this and for making sure that we have a fantastic celebration to conclude this magnificent week. Nita Helms. Thank you.
Thank you to someone that I admire greatly, who ever since she came to this beautiful city, I have been astonished at her capacity, her openness to every idea, every magnificent idea, and how to make this great center an even more magnificent place. In our 7 years, we've had many milestones, and we figured out that we've done over 100 concerts at the Serenade Festival, many workshops, and had many choirs, as Deborah mentioned. But perhaps, indeed, the most significant milestone has indeed been this partnership with the Kennedy Center. The Kennedy Center, the living memorial to President Kennedy, of course, is, for someone growing up in India, a very, very special representation of the greatest that America has been and can be. Growing up in India, and 50, 60 years after his death, he remains a beacon, an idealism, the idealism and promise of what America is, and a reminder of the necessity of giving of yourself, and a beacon of freedom across the world. And so to be able to celebrate John F. Kennedy's centennial at the Serenade Festival in partnership with the Kennedy Center has been a great privilege and an honor for all the choirs that have come to this festival. They have loved the audiences, and we thank all of you for being here tonight. I would particularly also like to thank Robert Van Leer of the Kennedy Center, who cleared out this entire week for our festival. It's a very much in demand concert hall and the Millennium Stage, and I'm very grateful. And of course, Jamie Bromas, who not only embraced this idea of all these choirs from all over the world and is a great lover of choral music, but in fact conceived of the idea of the Peace Corps and joined in us wanting to make this a celebration together of choral music and Kennedy's legacies. One of the things we've got this year is 11 new commissions of music in honor of President Kennedy's ideals. You'll hear 8 of them tonight. And you have, of all the choirs here, many absolutely sensational choirs, many very famous ones, but I'd like to single out one that we sponsored particularly for this year. In this time when there's always news about refugees around the world, it became especially important for this festival to invite and sponsor a choir that exists in Portland, Maine. It's a great entry point for refugees in this country. And this choir, called Pisuntu, which is a Native American word for when she sings, her voice carries far, is with us, made up of girls from 17 countries, very much in the midst of war, and they celebrate with us along with all these other beautiful countries. I hope you'll enjoy this evening, and we look forward to seeing you many, many years from now with all those Serenade Festival concerts coming up in the years to come. Thank you very much.
Let us call a truce to terror. Let us invoke the blessings of peace. And as we build an international capacity to keep peace, let us join in dismantling the national capacity to wage war.
This is no time for hesitation. This is no time to sit பக்கமலைகள் உடைந்து வெள்ளம் அண்டம் சாயுது 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 கொண்டு தக்கையடித்து காற்று அண்டம் கொழுங்குது தம்பி, அண்டம் கொழுங்குது தம்பி, தலை ஆயிரம் தூக்கிய சேதனும் தேகோர் நின்றி குடித்திடுகின்றார். அண்டம் கொழுங்குது தம்பி, பாரத தேவர் சென்று குடைத்திடுகின்றார். பாரத தேவர் சென்று குடைத்திடுகின்றார். கண்முன்பு கண்டோ 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 இந்த தாயத்தின்
Geography has made us neighbors. History has made us friends. Economics has made us partners. And necessity has made us allies. Those whom nature has so joined together, let no man put asunder. What unites us is far greater than what divides us.